about Facebook, please?
No,
I don't like Facebook.
it's just for family for now.
Okay. Okay.
Alright, let me check my phone. Oh, it's us. Alright.
So shall you call my people, my mother business?
Yeah, but wherever you want to start, Mom.
Whatever I start from what the beginning is on my mother and my father.
Okay.
So, well, my name is Cecelia Nicholas. No, in fact, my name is Cecelia Pierre, but they call me Cecile. But my marriage name is Nicholas, so I'm Mistress Cecelia Nicholas. I was born at a place in Soufrière in St. Lucia they call Quelas. But in English they call it, in French they call it Quendelas. But the Soufrière people call it Quelas. My mother's name was Anna Mouclet. She was married with a man named Joseph Pierre. But my mother was raised up with her father because her father was a Frenchman from Martinique. His name was Mouclet de Sauzet. He was the only one man that could, they call these things goldsmith he was a very good goldsmith. He had a nice shop selling nice earring, gold chain earring and everything. And my mother was in the shop selling when people come. And my father told me one day, a friend of his, they was at school together, but he was not learning at school like my father. He wanted to make a letter for a girl to ask her to marry him. But my father told him, who is that girl? She said, a beautiful girl by the name of Anna. She lives opposite the square. And his father's name is Mouclet de Sauzet. They have that goldsmith shop, and the lady is the one selling in the grocery shop. So my father said, okay, when you're ready, I will make the letter for you.
Okay. Hold on, Ma. We'll let that come through.
Let me give him his food too. Take the food for, your meat is in the oven, and the thing is in the fridge. Lasagna is in the fridge on the top shelf.
Do you have an extension cord? Just
Yeah.
2-prong extension? I just want, because I want to put up a light so my light stays even.
Okay.
But I don't want to, because I don't know what this plug is for. Actually, maybe I can check in the back.
Let me get it.
I cannot get up where I am now.
Oh, you can. Here. We'll get it. We'll take care of it. Do you have water and everything, Ma?
Water, yes, I have water.
Beautiful. Perfect.
And it goes right behind the microwave. So we have the coffee machine.
That way when the sun and stuff moves around, we don't have to, it doesn't have to change.
Okay.
So what you say, the chicken there?
The meat is in the oven.
Oh, meat.
Meat, she said, and the lasagna is in the fridge on top of the top shelf.
Okay.
Okay. So I can start making.
Mm-hmm.
So then my father told him that I will make the letter for you, but give me a few days chance. But my father was a very smart man. He went and looked to see who is that girl he was talking about. And when my father went inside the shop and talked to my mother. My mother talked to him, and then he asked her for her name. She told him his name, her name, my name, and then she was a very beautiful woman, beautiful shape, and her hair was the color of carrot. Very, very beautiful woman. So my father asked her if she would like to be friendly with her, and maybe they can get married. And my mother said yes. And my father was her first boyfriend. But when my father was ready, my father wrote to his father, which is my grandfather, and they accepted my father. And about a year so they got married.
Wow.
And they started making children. But every time she pregnant a baby, she used to be very, very sick. Very, very sick. From 1 month to 5 months. All of us. But when after 5 months pass, she would come back healthy and strong and make make her baby without no problem. But how I got to know that so well is because one day my son Terry got a fall. He fell he was climbing up on the bench and fell on his head. When I see the state he was, I sent to call a doctor. The doctor's name was Dr. Bristol. When Dr. Bristol came, he came with a little bottle of medication. He gave Terry to drink that, and he fell asleep. And he told me, when he will wake up, send to call him for him to come back to see if he's really getting better, or if he's worse, she will bring him to the hospital. But when he came back, about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, he told me, you are the luckiest woman in the world. I told him why. He said, but that boy almost got a concussion of brain, because the concrete is so hard, and that it's just about 8 months. So that he was very lucky, nothing happened. And look, he don't have no fever or anything, playing and so on. But I will still have to check on him again in 5 days, but take him to my office. So I took a taxi that day and I brought him to the office. When I reached, I examined Terry. Everything was fine. Tell me, well, right now I can say he's all right. But please do not allow him to fall again after today. And then he told me, you are so nice and pretty. Who are you? I told him I am a St. Lucian. He told me, I thought you was French. I said, well, I was brought up in Martinique, but I am a St. Lucian. What part of St. Lucia you came from? He said. I said, I come from Soufrière. What part of Soufrière? Because I was all my youth, that's where I was working in the hospital. I was a doctor for Soufrière for so many years. So he told me, well, I told him, well, I was born in Quendelas. Who is your mother? I said, a lady they used to call Anna. Who is your father? I said, my father's name is Joseph Pierre. He's still alive, but my mother died very, very young. I do not know her. When she died, I was only a young 6 months. He said, me child, I was the one who delivered you. And your mother, she made 7 children, 7 girls. I was the one who delivered all of them. And the last one, she was so sick, she could not bear the pain anymore, so she passed away. But if doctors, if doctors in my days knew what doctors now know, you would have your mother. She was one of the beautiful women in Soufrière. And I said, what he was going to say? I was going to take out that baby from her and save her life. But we didn't know what to do in those days, so that's why she had to die with the baby. So that's how I get to know all the thing about my mother. This is one. Then when after my mother died, my godmother and my godfather. My godmother was my auntie, and she was my godmother. My godfather was her husband.
What are their names? What?
Denise John Baptiste and Anthony John Baptiste. They raised me up, me and 2 other sisters of mine, Auntie Betty and Auntie Lyra. I do not know if these people was rich, because maybe in those days they would call them rich people because they had a lot of things. We raised up in one of the biggest houses in Suffre town. They have a lot of estates, a lot of houses renting in the town. Up to now, the part of the country where we was going to spend our days is still there. My sister is the one that is on it. The place, they call that place in Belfort. So then, when I was about 15 years, my sister from Martinique came to take me to Martinique, and I stayed in Martinique with my sister. I used to go and sew with a lady called Matulo. I used to learn how to knit and how to sew and things like that. Then afterwards, when I was about 17 years, I had a friend they called Timac, me and Auntie Betty. We used to go at Timac and we used to have a nice time and so on. But I never dreamed of boyfriends or anything like that in my days. I was not thinking about that. But all I do when I was young is I used to sing a lot. I had a lot of nice voice, and I was dancing very well too. So one day, it was a Monday, Easter Monday, we went in a place called Pontbernier to go and dance. And when I reached there, when we reached in the saloon there, I was probably looking for a place to sit. When I sat down by somebody. When I looked, I see a beautiful, beautiful gentleman. The minute I saw him, I fall in love with him. Then he himself fall in love with me, but I didn't know, and he didn't know if I fall in love with him. But he asked me to dance, I danced with him. And when he see I was dancing so well, he keep on dancing with me all the time. Excuse me. Hello, Nama. Imbek nga akonte ni kilahi mwen kay ba wi lay mo. Mwen la ka akonte ni kilahi mwen. Ya ka pa ba la min machine na on so no ba no kay palapi. Okay, all right. Jackie I oti doctor. Okay, no kay pali plita. Bye bye. So my dear, time for me to tell you that time maybe about 6 months after I was pregnant with it. Then afterwards I met Linda. But he was a very handsome man, and he had I think the women was more after him than he was after them. Just like my son, his son. So one day when I spoke to him, I told him, I love you very much. If you cannot stay with me, I will have to leave Martinique and go. He said, you don't do that at all. If you go to St. Lucia, you will kill me. I cannot take it. I said, well, leave the women. Tell them you have a girlfriend or you have 2 children for you. So you cannot stay with them or have to go with them. But he didn't want to understand. So when I see that, I left Martinique and I went back to my country in St. Lucia. So I was living with my father. Then one day I saw a gentleman called Edwin. He asked me if I can fall in love with him. I said, well, okay. But being he was a very poor man, my family did not want him at all. They said, he have nothing, I have 2 children already, so I need a man with some money, something that could help me out, but not something that would bring me down. But I didn't worry with them, but only one of my sisters that agreed with me and with him. So one day I was in Castries at Auntie Betty, taking care of her children because she had gone to Martinique to stay in the hotel for my sister. He came to Castries to bring food for me, and milk and fish and things like that. But he did not know the house we were living, so he went at somebody else to ask for my sister's house. And the person he went at was our family. He didn't even know. So when he said he wanted to know where Miss Betty living, so the lady said, who are you? She said, I am the lady from the gentleman that is in love with Cecile. He said, oh, so you are a boy that they don't want for her. For her, she said, well, yes, that's what they said, but she wants me and I want her. I cannot do much for her yet, but when God help me, I will be able to do whatever I can. So when he came, He didn't even tell me that he went at the people home because maybe he didn't want the lady to know about that. But late in the afternoon, about 6 o'clock, the lady name was Dati. She came home telling me, so this is the man your family don't want for you. I said, yes, Dati. She said, let me tell you something. You have 2 children already, a nice young girl like you. Don't let your family fool you. Maybe he's a poor man, but he's a gentleman. Stay with him. Because the way he spoke to me and what he told me about you, I think he really mean what he said. So listen to me and don't leave that gentleman. And that's what I did. And me and my husband had never had no problem. He was going to fish, he come back, everything was fine. And when he got the job on the cable boat, I never miss anything at my home. My children was the top at Lackley. We never miss food, we never miss nothing at all. Until one day he just got that sickness called diabetes and he couldn't walk anymore, and that's how my life and things get, because and then we came up here for him he was starting to lose his eyesight. We brought him up here and he had lost a leg in St. Lucia. Bring him up here to get a leg, and then that's how I am in this country. But all before that thing, everything was fine, my dear. I never had any problem with my husband. We lived like brothers and sisters. I never had no problem. That's why I told my children, if you have a man or a woman and that cannot agree well with you, don't stay in any kind of bad relationship, because it's not good to have a bad relationship. Okay. But the place I was raised up, everything I know now, I was a little girl, but I used to see all what my godmother was doing, and I learned all that from them.
Like what, Ma?
Cooking food and cleaning when I used to clean my bedroom, Auntie Betty used to go and sit on the bed. I used to fight with her like too. I never, when you see I fix my bed, I don't want nobody to come and sit on my bed. And up to now, as I always say, as I grow up, I said I don't know my mother to know if she was the one that is the cleanest between she and my father, because my father was a very clean man. And when you see my father had fixed his bed, people used to pass, if somebody come, Mr. Joy, who make the bed for you? He said, but I have to when I make my bed. Was a very, very clean man. Very religious. All the time he's praying in his Bible, and in always have a book reading. He eating but he reading. He eating but he reading. Oh, he was a very good man. But
where was he born? He was born in St. Lucia?
He was born in Quelas. Yes. But his father was from Martinique. His father was from, maybe his parents was African, and they brought him small there, or he was born there in Martinique. But my grandmother was from St. Lucia self. He was, I forget the name of the Errol mother was told me the name yesterday, but I forget. Is a type of people that have a very beautiful color. Not too dark, not too white, but a nice brownish color. Beautiful skin, and very good hair too. Yes, my dear. But my grandmother, by mother's side, her people was from France too. So she was kind of, she had more white than black in her, but her father was a white man. And my mother's mother was white too. It's my father that had the African in his blood. So that's how it is. So my sister now, when she was about, I think 14 years, a cousin of hers that had a Mr. they called Louis, and he was married with my cousin. They had a bakery in Castries. So she took my sister to work with her. And my sister used to go and sell cake and things like that. And some French people had come to St. Lucia one day to take people to bring to Martinique to work. So my sister said she's going there to go and work, and that's how she go and work in Martinique. with these people. And when she worked, she said, she worked with them for about 5 or 6 years. Then afterwards, she went and worked in a hotel they called La Coupole. And it was one of the biggest hotels in Martinique, just opposite the sea, opposite the sea, how do you call that? It was that sea was like like a sidewalk, and the sea used to
Oh, it was like a boardwalk?
yes, and people used to go and sit down on the railing and watch the sea. And the hotel was opposite there, opposite the savannah. So they call it the savannah, I mean the square. Because the savannah is a very, very big place. And all the Americans used to come and drink there when they come, because my sister could speak English. And in those days, Martinique, people couldn't speak English like now. So they used to come and laugh to La Coupole, and my sister used to serve them, and everything was going well. Then afterwards, when she left that place, she opened her own hotel. She borrowed money from the bank, and she opened her little hotel, and things worked out for her until she had one of the biggest hotels in Martinique. They called it Shiana. And that house was a landmark, a beautiful house. Yes, my dear. Afterwards, when she stayed there for endless years, many years, she sold the place. But before she sold the place, she had already buy a place in the countryside. And then they called the
front door.
They called the Shelche. So she bought that place. She had built a house, a beautiful house, and 2 other little cottage for when people have one room, like for one person, or a husband or a wife, or one person. Then after, when she sold the hotel, she went and lived in her own house in the country. Yes, my dear, but she died, she was 86 years when she 96 years when she died. And she left the place for my 2 nieces she had brought up. And then they sold it. They the smallest one had already had a big property in Guadeloupe, because she was a very educated girl. She is, in fact, up to now. She was she is somebody that could do. She had that degree in language, speaking English, French, Spanish, reading it and writing, all different kind of languages. That's what she taught at school, was teaching the children at school. And then she bought a big house in Guadeloupe, and she was renting it. But when my sister died, when she looked once after the house, things was not working well. The person was not taking care of the place. So she sold Antinanas, left for them, and go and live in Guadeloupe to take care of her own thing. She had only one son, and the other one now is living in Canada. She had left Martinique to go to Canada to go and represent Martinique in the Expo. And she was married there. She has a beautiful house there too. She lives in Toronto. Her name is Teresa.
Oh, it's Teresa.
Yes, but we call her Tite. Yes, my dear. So I made 11 children. My first daughter was Yvette. My second one died when I was expecting my first child with my husband. My sister had come from Martinique to see us, and when she saw I pregnant, she said, I will take Linda to give you a help, because you already have 2 already, so let me try and help you. So then she took Linda. When Linda was about 6 months, she was in Martinique. I had the first one with my husband. He was going to be 4 months in 3 days when he took a fall from my father's bed. And he threw up all the milk he had been eating, and he suffered for 15 days, and he died. The same day he died, my daughter in Martinique Infantinala, she had measles. So in the West Indies, when you have measles, you are not allowed to drink ice. because the ice is not good for that in the West Indies.
Mm.
And my sister had just got up from sleep in the afternoon, and Tinala went upstairs to take her to sit down in the hotel on a chair. And she went to the kitchen to warm some milk for her. But it seems she was very thirsty, and Tinala didn't know.
Mm.
So she saw a glass of ice water on the table. She went and drank the ice water.
Mm.
When Auntie Nana came to bring the milk for her, she found her drinking the water. She said, "Oh my God, that child don't drink the ice water." One day or 2 days after that, she got fever.
Mm.
She was so sick, they had to take her to the hospital. They said she had pneumonia. And she stayed in the hospital for, I think, 5 or 10 days. And she died. So I lost 2 children into 22 days. I lost 2 children. Then afterwards, I continued making children. I got married. I had Earl, and Earl died. And you feel life changed. And now I am not healthy like before.
Mm.
I have that kind of problem in my inner ear, and sometimes my pressure does be low. So I'm there taking it easy, my dear.
Mm.
Now I am 89, so next year, please God, I'll be 90. So if God spare my life and I'm still alive, I'll have a very good birthday.
Mm.
Yes, my dear.
Talk a little bit about what it was like for you just growing up. What was that like? What was St. Lucia like at that time?
Well, when I
And
was
Martine.
growing up, everything was very cheap. Fish was, they will not weigh sardine. They will just make it in a heap, you know,
Mm.
a ball like that. Or they just tell you, give me the ball or the whatever you have, this food for you for a penny.
Wow.
But fish was selling 2 pence and six pence a pound, or 3 pence a pound. 3 pence is what? 6 cents.
Mm.
6 pence is 6 pence is 10 cents, and another 2 pence. Flying fish, they used to sell it by the dozen when they have a lot. 15, 20 of them sometimes for 1 shilling. A shilling is 25 cents.
Mm.
Sometimes you buy fish people used to buy the flying fish for them to go. They used to clean it and salt it, and they used to selling it the next day. Sometimes they put it to dry.
Mm.
When it dry, it can stay for years, nothing harm it. One day my uncle, they called Gerald, he went to fish. He took so much dolphin. That fish they call they call it mai.
Mm. Oh, yeah.
The boat was so full of mai. I heard everybody saying, Gerald has so much fish in his boat, the boat could not even come on shore. They had to tie it by the jetty. So when I went to see, as soon as he said, just give me a fish for me, put a fish on top of my head, a big mai on top of my head. The head dragging and the tail, I hold the tail, it was so long and big, my dear. Yes, my dear. And food was, people were selling bananas, but ripe banana is free for penny. When it's green, maybe 10 or 5, 6 for a cent. Bread, they used to sell 2 breadfruit for penny. Everything was cheap. But bread now, they had penny bread and half penny bread, half cent bread and 2 pence bread. But the 2 pence bread was a big loaf, a man could not even eat.
My dad always talks about the half penny.
Yes. Yes, my dear. And in those days, people was talking about life is hard, because that is to show you before that it was still better yet. So right now, I can say life hard because I saw so much good things years before, and now look at how things change, you know. So in my days, when I was small, they were saying things hard. And I see that at the time the thing was so much better than now.
Hold on.
If Before I went to Martinique, I lived with my sister, two sisters. Sometimes I used to be at Auntie Nana, Papi, and sometimes I used to be at Auntie Vera. And I used to take care of the children for them, comb them, send them to school, cook for them and things like that. Everything was good. One afternoon I had came from the sea to bathe. I put my little clothes and combed my hair. I was a very nice girl. My father always tell me, when you see a man or a boy will tell you you are nice, don't laugh at that. If you laugh at that, they will take it for as though you don't care. But tell them I know I am a beautiful girl because I can see my body in the mirror. And I took it for, I was very serious about it. So that his name was Mr. Dovey, Bogos Dovey. I was passing on the sidewalk and he was talking to somebody in the window on the other sidewalk. And that lady, her husband was the corporal, the sergeant police in Soufrière. And her house is after the police station. But she was in the window talking to the gentleman on the sidewalk by the window. And the mister called me. I was maybe 12 years, not more than that. The man called me, Cecile, come let me tell you that. So I went. I would like you to have your first child with me. And when he told me so, I find myself strange. I said to myself, to my man, what happened to? So I didn't curse him, but I said, I'll tell my father that, and my sister. But the lady herself, as a big lady, instead of she tell him, why you tell the little girl that? She was laughing as though it was something that was so good to see. So I went and tell my two sisters that both of them come after her. And they went to the police station to tell the husband that, and the husband was not pleased about that. He even told me, if you want to bring a charge against the man, he said, my sister that. But my father wasn't home at that time. My father was working with the American in Beaufort. When he came up the weekend, when my sisters told him that he went at the police station to bring a charge against the man. But when he see the form, when he have to fill it, my name will be on the newspaper. So that's why he didn't do it. But we went and talked to him and tell him, never, when you see my girl is passing, make as if you never see her. Just make as if you are blind, my man. Don't look at her. Yes, my dear. Yes, my dear. So what again I can tell you?
Were you close with your sisters?
Eh?
Were you guys very close?
All of us very, very close. When Auntie Nana had come to St. Lucia, in those days, St. Lucia was not as things when the time I was raised up, things was nice, but after during the war, the Second World War, things had become kind of strange and not like before. And when my sister had come from Martinique to come to St. Lucia, all those nice dresses, although Martinique had more trouble than us, but the lady that was sewing for a lady by the name of Mazeiva, that lady, I have never seen anybody sew her. She had a catalog, and my sister had a very nice body. And she used to make so many nice clothes for her. My sister came one day to baptize my niece Anna, the one that died the other day in New York. If you see the clothes and the shoes and the purse and the hat, everybody, after she came from church, no cars, you have to walk to go where you have to go. And her shoe heels, all little children following her, looking at her from head to foot, to see the dresses, my dear, and the nice clothes. It was very, very beautiful to see. But where I was brought up, as I said, I don't know if they was rich, but I think, in fact, they wasn't poor, because these people had everything. Our living room was very, very wide. Endless nice piece of furniture. everything, all nice kind of, all crystal, everything. And my godmother had some big dishes, big plate like that. When she invited people, even our first communion, and some people when they had a wedding, they used to rent that living room to make their wedding, you know. And she used to lend them some of the dishes for them to put food and peas and guate and all these type of things, and ganusi and everything like that, roast and everything. She was a very good cook. She could do everything. And Nikki, she never asked, I never see she asked anybody for anything to borrow. So when I grow up, that's how I do myself too. I never asked nobody at La Clery anything to borrow. That is why they did not like me. Because I had everything I needed. I work hard and I buy all what I needed for my house and for my children. I didn't have money, but whatever little money I have, I used to make it do what I want to do. I never skylark about. I had pans I could not use, so many pans, so many plates, so many things. If you see things I left in St. Lucia, my regret is because I should have sold those things before I come. Because I think I lost those things when I go back, I'll not get them. And they were very good things. Yes, my dear. I left, when I came over here, I left 7 suitcases at Auntie Baby. 7 big suitcases with sheets, pillowcases, bedspread, and all different things, tablecloth, all kind of things I had in my house. When I go to see after them, the pillow, the suitcase I had with all the nice bedspread, I think that somebody took it, the whole suitcase, and they go with it. And she don't even know who that took it.
Wow.
Yes, my dear.
I know at Grant, did you go to what kind of schools did you go to?
I went to school, the RC Girls School. First I went to school at a place called Ozeta, Etans. It was a nice little school. It had from little ABC until when you reach, they used to call it Little Cisco. Maybe first aid or something like that. 4 or 5 classes it had. But I make my first communion when I was 8 years in. I was going to have 8 years in August, and I make my first communion in April. I know so much catechism because my godfather was asking me catechism in the night. So I know that very, very well. The priest, the priest's name was Father Digger, a French priest. I was so small, he put me to sit down on his thigh to ask me catechism. And I answered every bit of it. And when he finished, he told me, how you learn so much catechism? I said, my godfather teach me. He said, well, that's very nice. And I made my grand first communion the next year. After that, my godmother died. And when I was going to confirm, she had already died. Yes, my dear. And from that school now, I went to town to school. I was learning very well. What happened to me is because as I lost my godfather and my godmother so young, I was grieving on them, and I don't have my mother too. Every night I used to think about them in the night when I go to sleep. I couldn't sleep. I am crying all night, but I never tell nobody anything. I used to think about my mother, and I don't know how. I don't have a picture, nothing to tell me that's how, you understand? So every night it was like a nightmare for me, but I never say that to anybody. So that is why I did not finish my school here, in Soufrière, because I was singing for the nuns every Saturday. I used to go and sing for the nuns, and they was playing the piano, and the children, maybe about 10 or 11 of us, they surround, make a circle in front of the piano. The nun is playing, and I am standing by her, singing, and the children singing too. But I had a very good voice. There was a lady they called Win. her father was the sergeant police in Soufrière. He called Mr. Emanis. She used to make concert, and she used to take me and Auntie Betty and other children in the concert. And I used to be the best to make all this thing, all this kind of dance and everything. And that was very good. Yes, my dear. So that is why I always tell everybody, I am not surprised of anything in this country, because things I am seeing, I had already known that before. Plus my husband was a seaman. There is not one thing he will not, even water from Africa he bring for us one day. Everything, we didn't miss nothing like it. Yes. Yes, my dear. Yes. So I always pray, my father always tell me, this prayer is before everything. If you don't pray, you don't have it, my dear. And what he let me know again, money have his friend. Money, you can love money as you love yourself. But if you are not there to have money, you work hard from here to eternity, you will not have money. So never put money before yourself or before anybody. Don't talk about God. Because money is a necessity. You use it for your necessity and that's it. But don't put money in your mind like some people, as if they don't have money, things is not right. No idea. Yes. Because God don't promise nobody money. All He promises is everlasting life. My God. My dear. And that's what I told my children. So we don't want to follow me, that's their business. Yes, my dear.
So talk a little bit more about, so after you lost your godparents, then who did you live with?
Well, I live.
Okay.
Well, when my godfather and my godmother died, I used to live with either Auntie Lira or Auntie Papi. I was between these two houses. Then afterwards, my sister came. But one thing I used to go and spend my New Year's every year. They used to send me to Castries every year to spend my New Year at Dati, a cousin of ours. And I used to spend my summer holiday in Castries too, every year. But they didn't used to send Auntie Betty. So one day Auntie Betty,
Why?
they tell that my godmother had a little, in those days they didn't have a ironing table like now. But she had a little table especially for ironing. And when she finished ironing, she put it in, there was a special place to put it. So Auntie Betty was pressing my clothes for me, to pack in the suitcase for me to go. So I was there, I was so talking to her. She was so mad because she couldn't go. She burned me with the iron just there, the end of the iron. But I didn't tell my godmother because I didn't want them to beat her. Because after she burned me, she kissed me, she told me, please, don't tell Auntie. But okay, but and then afterwards I went. So every New Year I had to go to Castries and spend my New Year's and then spend Christmas and all these things at Dati. But once they died, I used to stay with either Auntie Lira or Auntie Papi, but sometimes I stayed 2 days at Auntie Lira, sometimes I stayed 2 days at Auntie Papi. They had children, I used to bathe the children, clean them, comb them, send them to school and things like that. But I did not want to go back to school because I did not have the taste of going back to school.
How old were you, Mom?
That is why, because I lost my godmother and my godfather, I was very unhappy. As I told you, at night I used to cry all night long, especially for my mother. So then, until Anna came to St. Lucia, and she told me she will come for me. But in those days, you didn't go and take a passport. I go and ask for a passport like that. You have the sometimes it takes a year before you can get a passport. Because people was not traveling like now. So when you go to take a passport, you take your birth certificate. And when you fill the birth certificate, you go to the police station, you brought it there, and you're giving them all your detail and things like that. And they keeping the birth certificate in a place. and when they finish the test, they will let you know when the passport is ready, or if you have the way to come and tell them, to ask them, but you will not get it in a hurry. So, and in those days, they have to have about maybe 10 or 11 passports or more before it was the governor that used to come from up, up the moon to come especially to sign these passports. So that is why he will not come down to sign one passport. He waiting until there is a few. I don't know how many, but not one night that was many. So then after they have enough, he will come down, he will call him and he will come down to sign them, and then you will get your passport. So that's how it was before. So I had to wait a long time for that, because I make a lot of trips in the police station before I could get it. And when it was ready, and I call until in the telephone, is in the station, you have to go and tell the police station that, and they call Martinique and tell the police in Martinique to tell so and so that so and so. You understand? That's how it was. Even in Sufreto, if somebody is sick or any accident, anything happen, you go to the police station, you will tell them that, and the police, in those days, they didn't have no jeep, no car, is a horse. They'll take the horses and go any place of any part of Sufreto or any part in the country to go and bring them, the people, the message. That's how it was.
And so when you were you writing letters to other countries? Was there a telegram?
Well, when you write, it will come, but not. It will take a long time before you can get it. It will take a long time before you can get it. And if you send something in the post office for somebody, if you have a box, because until now I have to send boxes for us. You put it in the custom. And when they have enough things for St. Lucia or for whatever place, but they will not send one box. You have to have many boxes, then they will. That's how they used to send it. Yes, my dear. So that's how the life was. And no plane neither, is boat. The boat was Saradel, and a boat they used to call Bolapo, that used to come and bring those things. But when I went to Martinique the first time, I went on a boat, Gouvernementé. I went on Gouvernementé. They give you food, everything on the boat, water, whatever you ask for, and you have your ticket. When you almost reach Martinique, the captain come and look at your ticket, and then when you reach the custom come, they investigate everything, and everybody go down and you go to the custom and get your things. Yes, my dear.
Wow. So different. Now just comes to your door, you just go on the computer and you order online and it comes the same day.
And now look at how things is so easy now. But things was working well, but then it's a problem, so I say, people nowadays, people have changed, just the same way the world is changing, the same way people changing. That thing is not like before at all.
What's the biggest change you think that you see?
Well, what I see, people don't respect people anymore, that is one thing. And people taking advantage of people more than before. People not. People as according to the Bible, you don't know people's hearts, you don't know God that way. That is why you cannot trust anybody. But Daddy tells me to trust no focus. Because Pastor Sam is asking and sharing now. Because he talks to you, but you don't love, you understand? That's how the life is. Yes, my dear.
So how old were you when when Auntie Nana was coming for you?
Well, I was 15 years.
And when you had Auntie Yvette, how old were you?
No, I didn't have children yet. Yes, I was a little girl. 15 years old, a little girl, you know, in those days.
You like to sing and to dance. And was anybody else involved? Did anybody else like singing or dancing? Did anybody else like singing or dancing?
Oh yes, a lot of people in the concert. A lot Auntie Betty used to be there. I called him Leon. I cannot remember the rest of them, but a lot of girls from the school. But I am not boasting myself. I was the best. I used to sing, oh my dear, it's a pity you don't know my voice, my dear. And then I used to dance very well, very, very well, my dear. People used to stop to asking how the little child can dance like that. And beautiful, I was beautiful. I was a beautiful little girl, my dear. When I went to Matic, everybody used to tell Auntie Nana, your little sister is so beautiful and well-mannered, because I was well-mannered. When I went to Matic, I stayed with Auntie Nana, I never had no problem with her, because whatever she tells me to do, that's what I do. But one thing she gave me problem was for Yvette's father, because she did not want her, as if everybody you love, she don't want. And there's only one person I had ever loved in my life is he, and my husband. But because he was not rich, because the standard she was in Matney, she wanted a rich man for me, and a white man she wanted. I didn't want a white man. I didn't like white people. For my husband, in fact, I don't. I always say I would like to have a husband, nice color, you know, like Puerto Rican type, like things like, but not Puerto Rican, but the color and the hair. But I don't like white people for my husband, but I don't have nothing against white people.
Did you guys have to deal with like a lot of white people in St. Lucia?
No, in those days, white people were so fresh. They wouldn't, when you pull in St. Lucia and you walk with a white people, they treating you like a dog with. My dear, there was a lady they used to call Mistress. I forgot the name of the woman. That lady, I have a girl that was working for me. They call Madri. Madri told me she was working for that lady. The lady giving you fish, meat, and food, everything to cook. But when you cook it, you have to bring everything on the table in dishes. Set the table and put everything on the table. And when they finish it, what they leave, if they leave enough, you will get. If they don't leave enough, she will tell you, look in so and so place, take a piece of saltfish. And she had plantain and macabu thing that in her hand. Take a macabu, take two plantain to go and cook, and take some saltfish. But the girl said when the lady did that for about a few days, she said that will not happen again. So she used to take hers before she put it on the table. Yes, my dear. There was a lady they called Mistress Sammy Doxy. She was living opposite the police station. And a lady they called Beulah was working for her. And she used to do Beulah that same thing. So one day Beulah, and when what she gave Beulah for her food was so awful, Beulah brought that food to the police station to tell the police, do you believe I am working with Mistress Eudoxie? That's the kind of food she's giving me for my lunch.
What was it?
It was something that is not bad. It wasn't good at all. I think it's salted fish or whatever. And all the good food, they eat it already. So when the gentleman come from work, the police call him and tell him, come and see that. And the mister said she never knew his wife was treating servants like that, because he was a good man, but he never knew his wife was treating the servant like that. Yes, my dear. And Manzekla only, she was a godmother. She was taking care of Norma for me and the children when they were small. She told me, when you see, you go up, when you walk into with these people, you have to clean the staircase well, everything, the railing of the staircase, you have to shine it and put everything in order. But when you yourself going up there to take something or do something, You are not allowed to touch the railing. Huh?
Mm.
The lady said, don't touch the railing of my step. So one of the master clown said, but who cleaning it? I am the one cleaning it, so I cannot hold it. All that thing I get, and you're not passing in the front door. It's in the gate you have to pass. And the gate have a bell. When you shake the bell ring, they will come and open it for you. But you cannot just walk in. And it was not good at all.
Were they from England? They came from England?
No, I don't, maybe all French people. I don't
French
know.
people. Oh,
Maybe
French people. Yeah, of
maybe
course.
they were French and British too. I don't know. I don't know for all, but many of them wasn't good. And even those that are not white, see, they have a little money. They were treating people very bad too. Complete terrorists. You see, no? Hello, Nicola. Yes,
No,
No,
I'm here.
Ila Niki ka fait moi de parler, oui. Il a pas porté au même là, quand il tout ça fait moi, tout le qui j'ai fait depuis moi. Là, je nous gagne, oui. Vous cassez là? Aussi, go already. Yes, my dear Niki. But I didn't pass that, praise God.
No? How did you escape that?
Well, I said one thing that took me up to Martin, so I didn't have time to take all this foolishness. Yes, my dear.
That's good. Because I always wondered about white people in St. Lucia at that time. Because I know how they are you can see and you read how they are in the States, but you don't know how they are there.
Some of them that is not white, because they have money and they have a little collar, they're treating servants like dog. Yes, my dear. But not again, eh? That's not happening again. Yes, my dear. And what make them change the fire? Since after the big fire in St. Lucia.
When did that happen though? Can you talk about the fire?
I wasn't home, I was in Matnik when that happened.
But what happened?
Well, after the fire, everybody tried to live with one another better than they were treating one another before. Since after the fire, things changed.
Do you remember what year the fire was? I remember I was reading about it.
It's 1960. In the 60s, I think that happened. Because I had Linda, a little baby, when that happened. Because when I went back home, they did not even start building castries yet. Everything was chalk and block still. I forget the 48. In 48. Yes, my dear. 48, let me see.
Let me look.
I don't think it's 48, huh? This is that set 1946. Oh, Peter said 48, boy. It's after he had happened, that born. It's after he had born that happened.
I'm gonna look it up.
In that APPT.
Oh, sure. Let's see.
And they had another fire after that, but it wasn't as bad.
Yeah, 1948.
1948. But they had another one after that, whilst I was in St. Lucia. But I don't remember the year. But that one did not have time to make all the problem, because that one was the one that had happened close to the convent in the town. It almost burned the convent. Yes. That's why the nun had to build a home for the convent on some part of, almost, not in the countryside, but out of town.
So why was the big fire, why was it so bad?
They said because it had a bird that was flying in the air. as though everywhere the bird fly, the fire will go there. But nobody knew what kind of bird it was. Yes, and after Soufriere got burned too, the whole town of Soufriere. But I was in Cassis when that happened. I don't know how it happened. Because I went down to see about my sister, but her house burned from only the church that stood there when I went, and that road from the depot. He was working overtime. Daddy got $1,000 and something for the few days he worked there. And in those days, $1,000 was a lot of money. You can do a lot of things with $1,000. He gave me all. So when Betty went to town, he bought endless drinks, endless this, endless that. Buy plates, buy paper plate, paper glass, paper cup, everything. So my dear captain, now he had a kind of car they call a Nash. You don't know Nash? The Nash is a kind of pickup. It has 2 rows, the front row and second row, the rest is like you can put your. We bought the Nash full of beer, more than 10 cases of beer, my dear. So when I tell you drink, when I tell you food, they had so many children in first communion in La Clery. When they see so many things we had, they left the house and they come at our home. The same way like Sonny. One first communion we had for Sonny, my dear. All the children, everybody, big fete, big food, big money. And I had Daddy, the one I tell you that told me about Daddy. She came to cook for me for when Earl. All of them had big fete for first communion. And it wasn't joke, my dear. Big party, a lot of food, a lot of present, and dancing after food and everything. That was nice, my dear. It wasn't joking. Yes. Only one of my children that did not got what he needed at school because he was learning very well early. Is one of the teachers that fucked him up. Because when Earl one passed the examination to go to college, he stole Earl's examination paper to give somebody else. A man they call Wicks teacher, Wicks that did Earl. Afterwards we knew about that. Because he did that to Mr. Blass' daughter, and Mr. Blass got to know that, and Mr. Blass went after him, but we didn't know that. Afterwards I got to know. But Earl was very good. Earl was well educated. Earl he was an electrician, and his 2 hands was his. He was a musician, and he do everything very well. Yes, my dear. So things wasn't bad with me. Life was hard, but not with us. My children brought up properly. I gave them good manners. As I always say, who take bad manners is not through me, it's through themselves. And then I well fed them, I well clothed them. Daddy was bringing everything, Auntie Betty was giving us everything. So we was not missing anything. And I treat them well as a mother. I gave them good manners.
Do you know anything about Daddy's parents?
Well, Daddy's parents, I know them, his father and his mother, but I don't know his older parents. His Daddy's parents was a lady from Debril. His parents came from Guyana, but I don't know them. Her parents came from Guyana, but I don't know them. That's where they bought, his name was James. And he had came from Guyana to come to Vieux to work for a man they called Chase that had business in St. Lucia. They had a factory, and he was the manager for whatever in the factory to make the factory work. They took him from Guyana especially for that. So that's why he had to buy those land in Debril. and the land is there up to now, you know. But his daddy's sister's children that is staying there.
Mm-hmm.
But my children have their share there. So, and his daddy's mother was very, very educated. She was a organ player in the Anglican church in Soufrière, and she used to play the what do you call it?
Accordion.
Accordion, and she even had a violin too. And Daddy said, I never see him play the violin, but I have seen her play the accordion.
What was her name?
In the church, she was playing the piano in the church. She was after the priest was her. And she had the church on her account. She used to take care of the church, paying people for the priest used to give her money to pay people to clean around the church and clean inside the church. And she used to open the church and close the church.
And what was her name?
Her name was, your name, the name you have.
With Franciette?
Franciette, that was her name. But what she was doing too, she was selling castor oil, but not she was that was making it, her sister that was making it, sending it for her to sell. But she was making hot cake and things like that at her home, and she was selling it. People used to come and buy it there. But Daddy's father was a seaman. He was a very tall man, you see the color of Chad's son? That was his color, beautiful, nice hair, nice hair, a very handsome man. Daddy used to look like him, but he was much nicer than Daddy. His name was Gaston. He was the tallest man in Cuenas. Very, very tall. Yes. And there was my grandfather was the tallest man too. Papa Joy's father. One of the two tallest men.
And what's Papa Joy's father's name?
His name was Mon Chéri. Mon Chéri Pierre. Yes. Yes. But Daddy's father was a white man from France. Gaston was his name, Gaston Nicholas. No, Nicholas. Yeah, because he had gave Daddy's father his same name. So Gaston Nicholas Kitenon. But I don't know him. He died before I was born. But when he came from Martinique, he was born in France, but maybe when he was a young man, he came to Martinique, and he had money. He had a lot of land. He bought a big piece of land in Soufrière, and not a lot of land. But afterward, he sold part of it. But there still remained a lot of land in Soufrière. So you all have, your mommy and them have their shares there too. But one girl, I think one of the grandchildren think the place is hers alone. She even renting spot for people to build houses, but your uncle children now prevent her from doing that. But it's a lot of land.
How many brothers and sisters did Daddy have?
Daddy had the Daddy's father was married twice. The first wife, they had a man and a woman too. Evie and Popo. But Daddy's mother herself, Daddy's real mother, had already had two sons before she was. Hello, Malcolm, ça vous fait? Merci, s'il vous plaît, à fin de bon après-midi. Non, bon matin. Moi, de quand je had moi taille la messe. Et moi taille la messe. Tout va passer bien. Et oui, papa.
I had to make a call.
This was so hot, she almost felt unconscious.
Oh wow.
She was in the sun.
Were they at a beach or something?
No,
Outside?
in a party, was it somewhere when they had brought her? Mm. Yes, Italian.
Mm.
Yes, my dear. So yes, so the mother was very educated. That is why the children, all her grandchildren, all daddy's brothers' children are very, very educated. They have big job and things like that. Yes. And daddy was not a fool neither. Daddy was educated. Mhm. So the father, as I told you, he was born in Martinique, but his people was from France, but he was a white man, a white Frenchman, and he married a black lady. The lady was very short, and the lady was Nikki as black as that, but her hair was silk, beautiful skin, and she was kind of bow-legged, the lady, very short. That was my Shelby, okay. But and daddy's father married twice. They had 2 children, a girl and a boy. Then she made 3 children with the last wife, daddy's mother, daddy, Uncle Eric, and Auntie Gina. Auntie Gina is the one that have all the children that educated. And they're living on the granddaddy's mother's land in Librel. It's them they that occupy that part of the land. But they have 2 pieces of land, one set. I don't know how many. The distance between the two of them, but it's two big pieces of land the grandfather had bought.
Is in Guyana?
The one from Guyana. But that's what I don't know, if he died in St. Lucia or if he died in Guyana, I don't know. Yes. So that's so far that's what I know. And daddy's mother now, she was using both places. She was at her father's land in Dibrel sometime, and she in Soufrière sometime, because she used to go up and down. And she always had things selling. Sometimes she used to come and sell things for my godmother. And the sister, she have a sister, the sister was making nice straw hats. She was selling the straw hats for the sister. The sister had 2 children. One was a head teacher in St. Lucia, and the other one was a high position in a nurse in the hospital in Soufrière, in Castries. And the boy had a big job too in England, I think, but that boy died. He was the last one, he died. But I don't hear nothing about the nurse again, but the one that was the teacher, she resigned now. She's not teaching anymore. Yes. But daddy brother have endless children. The eldest daughter, I think she's sick now. She have cancer. I don't know where and how is she doing. But Nancy have a big job. The other one working in a hotel in Castries, and one of them have a little boat dealing on the sea, the tourists. And his name is Ender. But I don't know how he's doing now. But sometimes he and the children talking. Yes. But they have the two sets of property, one in Soufrière and one in Dibrel. But my children don't talk about anything yet. I don't know how life will be. But I have the paper for the land. I have the paper for the land. Yes, my dear. So there is yes, daddy mother had 2 sons before she was married with daddy's father. Guy, the one they called Guy, and I don't know the other one. This one was living in Trinidad, That's where he was all his life. But he died. But he wasn't suffer all the time, but he died too. So all of them died. There is nobody, only grandchildren that is there. And great-grand. But I know Daddy's mother, when he was red skin, but she didn't have nice hair, but Daddy's father had nice, very nice hair. But they have in the family have a kind of gray eyes. I don't know if it's the white man that had that kind of eyes, I don't know. One of Daddy's brother, the one they used to call Popo, the man's eyes was just like, I never see anybody with that kind of gray eyes. Gray. Yes. And he was very tall, but his father was tall, very, very tall. Yes, my dear.
What did Daddy do on the cable ships?
He was, each time I forgetting the name of the thing, he was responsible for the cable under the sea, because he was the best diver on the ship. The best swimmer, the best diver. He used to go down under the sea to tie the cable or to untie it or things like that, and do everything about the cable under the sea. But I have his paper there, but that's too deep, Nikki. I cannot take that for that right downstairs. In some part, I don't know in what degree it is. And Daddy was thing before he go to the cable ship. He went to school for that, and after he left school for that, he took a course for about a year or 6 months. While he was working on the cable ship, he took the course about that agriculturist. He have a big diploma in agriculturist, you know. Yes. I forget the name of the college he went that was corresponding with him for the course he was taking.
And when Daddy went out, how long would he be gone for? How long would he be gone when he was on the ship?
Oh, sometimes he goes for 5 months, 2 months, 1 month, 2 weeks, 6 weeks, 6 months, it's according. Yes. Because when he left me that day, pregnant Claude, maybe 1 day, and when he come back, Claude was about 6 or 8 months.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, see, that was the longest. And when he came, Claude didn't even want to go on him. Claude didn't know him. Yes, my dear. But when the children know Daddy is there, they're all waiting to see when he's coming down the road. Daddy, Daddy, Daddy. And he used to bring everything for them, my dear. And I had a dog. The other dog had loved Daddy so much. He thought he was a child too. First person that come rushing Daddy's Tops. His name was Tops. Yes, my dear. Daddy was a good father. He treated his children well. Because one day, I don't remember, one of them, between the boys, they were doing something, and I told him to beat her. I didn't come to beat my children, I come to play with my children. And we used to play his music. And when he played the music, the children lying down on the floor in the living room. Or someone on his back, someone on his head, or rolling on the floor. One day, Jacques and Betty came home to call Earl. And when he see that, he said, look at how Mr. Elvin is treating his children. And my daddy never did that to us. Captain, he loved his children, but he never treated them that. They were not close to him like my children was with my husband. Remember. Remember. There is nothing to complain with. I miss him a lot, That's why I'm praying every day, because I used to sit here and he used to sit there, and we both praying together every morning. So I cannot lose the habit. I am accustomed. Yes. And in the night before we go in, we pray the same way, and I go in and he go in.
And how long were you guys married for, Ma?
Eh?
How long were you married?
50 something years. Claude was a few months when we married. Yes.
Tell me about my mom. Tell me about my mom.
Your mom was a beautiful girl. She was learning very well at school. When she was going to school in La Clery, she was doing very, very well. But the same thing I told you about her, the teacher never tried to send her to pass examination to go to convent, and she was so bright. So one day I went to, I was talking about that to somebody, and the person told me there is a school they will open at Villebouteille, and that school will be for, like, it's a big good high school. It will be very good. They will have nice, good teachers and good thing there. So my children can go there, but they have to pass the examination first. So my dear, when the time come for her to, before the time come, one day the school master that was keeping Norma back all the time, Teacher Mac, he that kept Earl back too. So he never sent Norma to go and pass, and Norma was so brave, but he never sent her to pass any exam for her to go to convent. So my dear, a teacher there is called Mr. Herod. I was paying him every month to give Earl, Claude, and Terry lesson for me. But he was not even in that school yet. He was teaching in the Anglican school. So when Teacher Mac resigned, they put him to be the teacher. But when I see Norma, he didn't know who Norma was, but when he saw Norma's work after, when he passed all the children tests, and he saw Norma's work, and she asked for who I am, and they told her, and he said, but he know me very well because he's giving my children lesson. So he came home one day. I'm hearing the door knocking. I'm going to Mom seeing the teacher Harold. I tell him to come in and tell me, so you are Norma's mother? I said, yes, teacher. He said, but what Norma is doing at La Clery School? I said, how you mean? He said, Norma cannot stay in that school because Norma is better than most of the children in the school. How is that she never go to convent? Then I said, well, I don't know, teacher, because every year they send Teacher Mac sending everybody to pass examination. He never send Norma, and Norma every year he always pass all coming A in everything, and I don't know why. So he told me, don't worry, my dear. There is a school they will open, that will open soon at Villebouteille. So she will go there, and I will send her there. When the time comes for Norma to go, my dear, for them, when the school opened, I went there, all mothers went with their children. So far, man. Baka alam din mo hello. So my dear, and they passed my exam and everything. Norma sorti tellement haut à l'examen. In first standard, you made they put her in Form 3 one time. He didn't even go in Form 1, no? Form 3.
Wow.
And when Norma left school a few years after that, you don't know where she go and work. Norma had a big job she was the secretary for the Prime Minister in the government.
I didn't know that.
Win idea. Belgo job. Englishman. So if the minister did not know me and to do that for Norma, he would do something good, but not that good, you understand? Yes, my dear. All of them, all my children. Raphael was good. Terry went to Jamaica to school for 2 years, you know. Terry did all that work for that kind of hard job for in 11 months.
Mm-hmm.
The teacher called me from Jamaica to told me I cannot keep him because he's above everybody. So why must I keep him in Jamaica just to come to school, just to do what? So he have to come back home and wait until everybody finish school,
Mm-hmm.
and then they send me his certificate. You see?
Mm-hmm.
Sonny was so good too, the same way they kept him back. What happened to Sonny is a boy that went and threw somebody's bag in a precipice in the college. And the boy said it's Sonny that threw it down.
Mm.
And when Sonny said that Sonny told the brothers, I am not the one who threw it, brother. They still put him out of school.
Mm.
And Sonny was doing so good in school by then. So I went to them, I talked to them, I plead, I begged them. I said he's learning, next year he have to sit down for his GCs. How can the boy do a thing like that? And that boy, one day Sonny came from St. Croix. Sonny met him just by the supermarket. He is telling Sonny, man, I regret I ever did that to you.
Wow.
You see how God punished him? And he's just like a dog, and look at how God helps Sonny. Look at the job Sonny have here. When Sonny went to St. Croix, Sonny was working with one of the newspaper business, putting news on the newsway. He said he take after it was by his for so many years. Now what I think he's doing, I think that's what he's doing, He's drawing the things for the plane. Whatever the plane needs to draw, like when they're building a plane, all that drawing that he was doing, he hardly doing where he's working. I think that I will ask him again. Yes, my dear.
Let me stop that. Oh, wow.
Jacqueline did good, everybody, all of them mothers did good the same way. Your phone not ringing, Nikki?
No, it's not my phone.
What doing that?
I'm not sure. It's in here though.
You have any, it's not here, it's in the room, it is.
No, it's in here somewhere. I don't know what that is. It's hard to find.
That's funny. You see anything there?
I think it's a clock that's on there.
Huh?
I hear it.
It stopped, it stopped.
Oh no.
Ah, no, it don't stop. That's funny.
It's this alarm clock in this box.
Oh,
There's an alarm clock in the box.
yours.
It's not mine.
Who's on?
Oh, you know what? It's when they're playing the music from yesterday.
Maybe, take it, bring it here for you to put it off. Huh?
Let me see.
Eh,
Okay, I got it.
You put it off?
That's so funny.
See that? Yes, my dear. So, so all my children did very, very well. Very, very good. And when Sonny went to St. Croix to work, the people called me one day, or they wrote me, I think, they tell me, no, not in St. Croix, it's up here. He was working, and the lady told me, he congratulated me for the way I raised my son. Because people, children nowadays, when they're living at people's home, they don't act like that. And Sonny was so well mannered. Asked me that way. I told him, well, the same way I was brought up, the same way I brought up my children. I told her so. Yes, my dear. Yes, yes, yes.
Secretary for the Prime Minister. Do you remember when my mom met my dad?
Well, when your mommy was friendly with your daddy,
Mm.
and when he got your father, I was in France.
Mm.
She called me, and she told me she get some good letters, but you have Guy.
Mm.
He told me, but Guy was he was a nice boy, but he liked a lot of women too.
Mm.
So Norma told me she would prefer to have John because he think John is a straight man. So I said, okay, well, let us see that. And when I come John, I saw John, I said, well, I accepted what I will do. But I was very, very sorry for Guy because I had loved him too. So yes, my dear. Yes. Yes, my dear.
So, Mom, how many grandchildren do you have?
Well, I have to count it. Sonny have 4. Your mommy have 4. Auntie Yvette have 4. Uncle Terry have 3. Mothers have 2. Jacqueline have 1. Raphael have 1.
That's 19.
Now, and great grand now I have, Yvette have 4 grandchildren. Your mommy
Oh, you forgot Uncle Earl.
eh?
You forgot Uncle Earl's kids.
Uncle Earl have 4 too.
Okay, it's 23.
Now, Nadine have 2 children. Milani have 2. The other boy have 1. Or 2. 2, I think, yes. Okay. Now, Yvette have 4. Your mommy have 1. And Terry have 1. And Sonny have 2.
2.5.
To call it 3. And then I think that's all the other. I don't know if the boy having St. Croix have children already. I don't know because we're not hearing nothing from him.
Oh, 7.
But Sean don't have. Okay. And Salim have 1. 2 Salim have 2.
Plus 2.
So Sonny have, call it 4. 5. Call it 5. Yes.
10, 12. So 17. 17 great-grandchildren, 23 grandchildren. What?
And I made 11, I have 9 alive, 8 alive. Yes, my dear.
Anything else you want to talk about
I think that's it.
for today?
Well, my dear, I praise God for my life. I live a happy life and a good life. When I was in St. Lucia, my house was the house of music. We used to dance, we used to have a good time at my home. I never went, when I was with Yvette's father, we used to go to cinema every night. I had loved movie a lot. And every weekend he used to bring me to a place called Badiana Dance. But since I get daddy, he's not interested in going to dance, but he likes dancing in his own house. And with his children, all of us were dancing. When daddy not there, the same way, music at my home every day, non-stop. That's all we know, music and dancing and cooking good food. Yes, my dear. Auntie, I don't know why Auntie don't like music. Sometimes months pass, she don't put a little music. But I want I had a little radio that I could put here and play my little music and listen to radio sometimes, and sometimes I used to put it in my room too. But it wasn't good again, I had to throw it away. But Amali gave me one, it's not even working well again. I have to buy one. For me to play my records and not records, but CDs, and for me to listen to my radio. Yes,
Big interview still going on.
Yeah. It's a life story, Auntie.
Channel 17.
You can't get the life story without the time.
What do you remember that?
Nothing else. I have to go get an X-ray. My elbow hurts me so much.
You can go back to do.
Yeah, acupuncture?
No, I hit it coming. Hold on. Hello? Can I come home? I just walked in. I just put my bag down and big interview going, bright lights like CNN. Big interview going on there, bright lights like CNN. Big lights are hooked up and I thought I would just sit up and busy outside. I'll take a picture for you. Okay. They will have half time.
No,
Yeah,
no,
what?
no.
Oh yeah, it sounds
Okay.
like my mom. I can hear her laughing.
Yeah, no more.
Did you take that one from piece of bread?
Which one? Ready for that interview.
No, that one. No, I know that is. Yes.
Did you see what I tell you? I went there to get it. Only one. There's
Oh,
always only one.
thank you.
Never
For my, because my hair is too long. I have a small one, but I can't get in there.
Okay,
Now my fur will be even. Thank you.
I bought a pair of brown shoes, but I didn't get
Don't
anything.
forget this too, really.
Ew, that is, oh, I'm gonna be so tall. My left foot is always so fat. Just squeeze it in there. Thank you, Auntie.
You like it?
I'm gonna be so tall.
What did you buy?
I went on Karen Padlock. TJ Maxx for $4.
It is.
One for nothing. It's too heavy for you.
You like mine.
I'm sorry.
You know, you will be a Malini and it's not.
I have to pay a bill for my The what? The what? But you can look at since this morning. Yeah, I don't have dressy brown shoes. The one that I had, I threw it out. But they were so old. I had them from since the 90s. It did time, but before when you had all these shoe stores, parade of shoes and all those shoes, you could get shoes. But
Mm-hmm.
says
I need 2 pair of shoes.